Why does a soul choose awakening before birth? No BS. Come closer, seeker of hidden truths. Join me as we dive deep into the ancient mystery of why a soul chooses to awaken before birth. I shall break it down for you, not with riddles or empty poetry, but with the pure fire of truth, stripped of all illusions. Listen well, for few dare to hear this without trembling. Tell me, young one, why would a soul cradled in the boundless light beyond suffering willingly choose to descend into darkness and forgetfulness, only to fight its way back to remembrance? Why would any being choose hardship when it could remain in eternal peace? Is it madness, or is it the mark of something far greater than comfort, the birth of true power and divine will, the secret we forgot? Listen well, for this is the first secret, and few remember it even as they walk upon the earth. You are not a creature of flesh. You are not your fears, nor your desires. You are a flame born of the infinite light. Before you were wrapped in skin and bone, you existed in realms untouched by sorrow, what the ancients called the pleroma, the Ein Sof, the garden before the fall. There, you were whole. There, you knew yourself not as separate, but as part of the endless ocean of being. Yet in those high places where all is harmony, there is little growth. Perfection without contrast becomes stagnation, and so the soul, driven by an ancient hunger to evolve, chooses to descend into the worlds of separation and shadow. You chose to forget. You chose to be born among the blind, to wrestle with suffering, to walk through illusions, because only here, in the crucible of time and space, can the soul forge itself into something greater. Understand this. Awakening is not a mistake, not a punishment, not a favor granted by any god. It is the natural consequence of a deeper decision you made long before your first breath, a vow sealed beyond the stars. I will descend, and I will remember. The body forgets. The mind forgets. But the soul never forgets. It whispers still, in dreams, in longing, in moments of unbearable beauty or grief, calling you back to the truth of who you are. And this, young seeker, is why you are here now, drawn by an invisible thread. Because a deeper part of you already remembers that you are more than you appear to be. The secret you forgot is the secret you came to remember. The Hero Seps Contract. Part 2. Awakening as a Mission. The Hero Seps Contract. Now that you remember what you are, let me reveal what you agreed to before the stars knew your name. Awakening is no accident. It is not a prize nor a curse. It is a mission, and it is the most perilous vow a soul can make. Before your birth, standing before the great wellspring of being, you saw the worlds of illusion stretched out before you, worlds ruled by fear, by ignorance, by the iron grip of forgetfulness. You saw millions asleep, trapped in endless cycles, mistaking shadows for truth. And you spoke words few have the courage to utter. I will go down among them. I will wear their chains. I will dream their dreams. But I will not remain asleep. I will awaken, and I will help others remember too. Understand this. When you chose awakening, you chose warfare against falsehood. You chose to become a warrior of the invisible, battling not with sword or fire, but with awareness, presence, and indomitable will. The ancient rites, from the initiations of Egypt, to the Eleusinian mysteries, to the trials of the Bodhisattvas, all speak of this sacred contract. It is the hero's journey encoded in every myth, every legend, to descend, to forget, to suffer, and then to rise, bearing the light you reclaimed. But hear me, this mission is not for the faint-hearted. You will lose what you thought was your life. You will shed your masks. You will die many deaths before you remember the fullness of your being. Yet with each death, something greater is born, something no tyrant, no lie, no darkness can ever touch. The awakened soul, forged in the fires of the world, shining with the light of eternity. This is why you are different. This is why you feel the call, even when the world offers you every reason to forget. You are not merely here to survive. You are here to awaken, and to awaken others by your very being. And that, young seeker, is the hero's contract you carry, whether you remember it fully or not. The cosmic necessity, why awakening matters. Now hear the deeper law, the law written not by man but by the very hand of the infinite. The soul does not awaken for itself alone. You did not come merely to escape the wheel of pain or to ascend to some private paradise. You came to alter the very fabric of existence itself. The universe is not static, it is alive, breathing, evolving. Each soul is a living thread woven into this vast tapestry, and when one thread awakens, the entire weave is strengthened, lifted, transformed. This is the forgotten teaching, hidden in the inner sanctums of every true mystery school. As above, so below, as within, so without. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. Your awakening is not isolated. It sends ripples through the sea of collective consciousness. When you remember your light, you become a beacon. Not by force, not by preaching, not by vain displays, but simply by being what you truly are. You ignite remembrance in others. One candle lit can spark 1,000 flames without diminishing its own. Understand this. Without awakening souls, the world would collapse into endless cycles of birth and death, desire and despair. Without awakening souls, the dream would become a prison from which none could escape. Thus, you are not just an individual on a lonely quest. You are an emissary of the higher worlds. You are a force of evolution itself, cloaked in mortal flesh. You matter more than you know. Every step you take toward truth weakens the grip of darkness. Every veil you tear down opens a window for others to glimpse the real. Every pain you transform, every illusion you shatter, becomes an offering poured into the altar of the cosmos. This is the price and the glory of the path you chose before birth. Not to flee the world, but to transform it from within, one awakened heart at a time. So when the path grows hard, remember, you are not suffering for nothing. You are not struggling in vain. You are fulfilling a necessity that echoes through every plane of existence. You are answering the cry of the cosmos itself, a cry for light to be born anew within the darkness. The cost of choosing awakening, no sugarcoating. Now, let me strip away the last veil. If you would walk the path of awakening, you must know its true cost. Not in rumor, not in sweet lies, but in the raw fire of truth. Awakening will cost you everything that is not real. The moment you chose to awaken, you signed a contract not only with the light, but also with the crucible that would burn away all that is false within you. Expect no easy ascent. The illusions that once comforted you, the false identities, the borrowed beliefs, the hollow victories, will fall away like rotting flesh. The world you once knew may turn against you. Friends may no longer understand you. Family may fear the change within you. And there will be nights when the very heavens seem silent. And you will wonder if you have been forsaken. This is the dark night of the soul the mystics whispered of. Not punishment, but purification. Not abandonment, but initiation. In truth, you are not being destroyed. You are being remade. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, just as the seed must shatter to release the tree within, you must die to who you thought you were, so you may be born to who you truly are. And hear this well. You will be tempted to return to sleep. You will be tempted to rebuild the prison you came to escape. The mind will plead for comfort, for the safety of old illusions. But comfort is the siren song that lures souls back into chains. Remember, you did not come here for comfort. You came here for truth. And truth demands everything. It demands the death of the mask, the death of the small self, the death of every lie you ever told yourself to survive. Only through this sacred death does the true life begin. And that life, the life of the awakened soul, is worth any price. Because once you awaken, truly awaken, nothing and no one can ever take it from you again. You stand unshaken amidst the chaos of the world. You walk among the asleep, but you are awake. You have become what the ancient ones called the twice-born, dead to the false world, alive to the real. And through you, the world itself begins to awaken. The memory of the choice, why you feel it. Now, let me whisper to the part of you that has never forgotten. Though you were born into flesh, into noise, into confusion, though the world taught you to forget, to fear, to shrink, Something within you has always remembered. Have you not felt it? In the strange ache beneath moments of beauty, in the fierce sorrow when the world's lies weighed heavy on your soul, in the quiet certainty rising from nowhere that you were meant for something more. These are not fantasies. These are echoes, ripples from the vow you made before your first breath. You did not come here empty. You came encoded with a blueprint, a secret map written in the invisible language of the soul. And every step you have taken, every joy, every wound, every betrayal, every longing has been pulling you closer to your awakening. It was never random. The dreams that would not die, the restless hunger that no worldly success could satisfy, the glimpses of a light you could not explain. These are the fingerprints of your own ancient promise. The world may tell you otherwise. It may call you a fool, a dreamer, a madman. But the world is drunk on forgetting. You, seeker, are a remembering being. You are a keeper of the old flame, a living bridge between what is and what can be. And though the path is fierce and the cost is great, know this: you are exactly where you are meant to be. Every tear you have shed, every trial you have endured, every silent prayer you thought was lost in the void, they have all been answering the vow you made long ago. I will descend into the dream, and I will awaken. Now the choice stands before you again, as it always does. To remember, to rise, to become who you truly are. And if you dare to take that step, know that all the heavens, all the unseen ones, all the ancestors who walked this path before you, stand silently at your back, whispering, "Awaken, beloved one, awaken." The ancient mage slowly closes his eyes, as if listening to something beyond this world, and when he speaks again, it is a final benediction. The time of sleep is ending. The time of remembrance has begun. Go forth, bearer of the ancient flame, and fulfill the destiny you chose before the stars were born. If these words stirred something ancient within you, if they touched a flame you thought long extinguished, then stay close, seeker of light. Subscribe to this sanctuary of truth, where ancient wisdom is not diluted but honored. Together we will walk deeper into the mysteries and remember what the world would have us forget. The journey has only just begun. Pause, as if sealing a sacred pact. Click the sign and step further into remembrance. And when your time in this life has ended, and you stand once more before the gates of eternity, remember this: you chose the awakening. You walked the path of fire. You shattered illusions when it would have been easier to sleep. And if the wheel turns again, if you are called to wear flesh once more, may these words echo faintly in your soul's memory. You are not here to survive the dream. You are here to awaken within it, and to awaken the world by your being. Until we meet again across time and stars. Carry the light within you, fiercely, silently, unshakably. For you are the dreamer who dares to awaken.